Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you are a regular here, then you will know this type of video is a little different from what I normally bring you. But every once in a while, I like to just give you a different piece of chocolate to choose from. So today we're gonna be talking about kitchen pantry organization. Many of you know, my husband and I moved this year. We moved into this house in March. And if any of you have moved recently, you understand kind of the fog that starts settling in the brain. Once you move in, you have all these boxes to unpack, so that becomes your priority. You get everything out of those boxes, and by then you just want everything put away, out of sight, and you say, I'll organize it later. Well, that's what happened with my pantry. And to be fair, I did start off with a couple of baskets in there and I thought, all right, this is kind of organized. And then, you know, your piles start mounting. You forget what's in there because you can't see it because there's stuff piled on top of it. So if you're like me and you need a visual, let's take a look at what my pantry looked like. So just about a month ago, here is what my pantry looked like. I did have things in groupings, so I had most of my canned foods together, my baked goods together, my chips together, but you just open this door and it just looks like a jumbled mess. And it is hard to see how much of anything I have or what I would need to shop for. Even my dog, taking a look in the pantry with me, decided Mom needs to organize the pantry.
Okay, yeah, why don't you get in there and help me out? Yeah, go find your stuff. Yeah, see what we need to do. Okay, that's a good boy. Yeah.
So the first thing that I did is I measured the height of my shelves so that I knew how big, how tall of baskets I could use. Next, I tried to figure out if I wanted to incorporate color or white. In hindsight, I probably would go back and just do all white, but you could do all color just as easily. But I did end up kind of with a mixture of colors, which you'll see in a moment. Now, one recommendation, I know some people like to see the clear bins, and that's fine if that's you. Personally, I feel like a clear bin doesn't disguise any of the clutter behind it. So even though I'm trying to keep things neat in those baskets, I feel like with a solid color to look at, you're not seeing as much busyness, and therefore it seems just much more organized to me. So I went on Walmart.com, Target.com. I did also visit my Dollar Tree. I have seen numerous videos of pantry reorganizations where they only use items from the dollar store. And my Dollar Tree and our dollar stores are just not that well stocked with matching things. So I did end up keeping a couple of those items and incorporating them, but I did notice a remarked quality difference between the dollar store bins and those you find at even Walmart and Target. So if you can afford to spend just a little bit more, I'd highly recommend Target or Walmart's bins over the dollar store. But the dollar store is a great way to start if that is where your budget allows right now. Then I also looked through the items in my pantry and tried to figure out what I might want to transfer into clear jars or clear storage containers. And I decided to go ahead and change out not just the cereal, but my sugar, my flour, my brown sugar, and then you'll see some noodles and nuts and just a few odds and ends. Now, once I decided that, I went on the hunt for the best containers and found them at Walmart. They're the Better Homes and Gardens one. I think these are phenomenal. Not only do they have an airtight seal on them, but I personally love that they are square and rectangular. That is going to help save you space. Round containers look really nice, but they take up more space than something that is square. So keep that in mind. Then I also determined from the other options that are in pantry organization section on Walmart, kind of what might work and what might fit in my budget. And then last but not least, I decided that I needed to label everything. I know that's a little overkill, but to me, there's just something about opening a door or a drawer and seeing nice little labels on things. Even though you can pretty much tell what's inside most things, it just kind of adds that little extra bit that makes it seem and look more organized. So I didn't want to have to print out things from my computer, so I went to Hobby Lobby and used a combination of kind of hanging wood tags and chalk stick-on tags, and I just hand wrote my labels and put those on. So now let's take a look at what it looked like right after I did all that labeling and organization. So let's take a look inside. So as you can see, all of the clutter is pretty much disguised behind bins. One of my all-time favorite tricks was putting the coffee syrups on a cheap Lazy Susan. Oh my goodness, why did I never think of this before? That Lazy Susan makes it so easy to choose which coffee syrup I want to use. I don't have to pull out several to get to one in the back. The rolling can shelf I actually really like. Now, if you need a can in the back, you do have to take out the cans in the front, but I just really love how this looks, and I feel like I'm keeping better organized that way. The white shelves on either side of it have a stepped up shelf in the back, and then I just have these wire hanging shelves that I put gum and granola bars, and these are the dollar store bins that I did end up keeping. But all the rest, again, from Target and Walmart, you can see I've got chips in these huge bins. I have all of my dog stuff in one bin. And so overall, I just loved how organized it looked. But now that it's been a little over a month since I did this project, I thought it would be fun to just live with you open up my pantry today and see what it looks like. And no, I didn't go through and hurriedly organize everything again. But I wanna show you, because to me, it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding. You can organize something, but if by just your average daily living, it does not stay organized, then usually that means you need to make a few tweaks, or it's just not organized the way that you function. So I want to take you through my pantry today. So let's open it up and let's see if it is still very well organized, or if there's anything that maybe needs to be tweaked a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and just open it up, and let's just take a glance down. I'll make some comments on those dog treats there. But here we are. So I think you'll agree, everything still looks very well organized. And I've done several shopping trips since then. I had my best friend come and stay since then. And I am just super happy with how everything has stayed. Now, I mentioned this, I probably need a little dish for these. We just feel like it's easier to leave a pile of treats here for my dog rather than bending down and getting them out of his basket every time. So, you know, just a little convenience thing. But otherwise, I think the only change I made, so I did move the nuts that were there. I made room in this basket here. So I've got a little bit there. You can see I've got an extra bag of popcorn type products. So doesn't quite fit. Yes, I am a chip and popcorn hoarder, so yeah. But otherwise, everything still looks very organized. These labels do tend to, you know, move and flip around, but hey, that's okay. I'm all right with that. So, gum, candy, all that good stuff. Even my husband has been able to return his protein powder back to its spot. So overall, I would say this is quite a success. So I hope that that was helpful for you. If any of you have been struggling of what to do with your pantry or how to make it look more organized, or some other part of your house, hopefully the tips that I shared today will be helpful to you. If you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up, and maybe I'll take you along for another organizational tour soon. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.